Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Kelsey. Hi, Carol. Hi, Izzy. Hello, Jennifer. How's everybody doing? You get a sip of God's juice. Where it is. Hey, Facebook user. I don't know who your name is. Hey, Sandy. So, talking about Chick-fil-A. I really want to do like a comedy skit. Haley's of where hey, oh, that's so sweet. Hey, what are you doing, Romy? So I want to do a skit like where somebody comes into the store and they want something to help connect to angels, and I'm gonna do like a like a little thing like, okay, here's this crystal, and but really it's gonna be like a little Chick-fil-A sandwich bag, and then I can't tell you, it's hilarious. And then they're saying, well, I want something else, that's like a little bit darker. And then like, here is a crystal, like, like crystal sandwich, like a gut grenade. It's funny in my head. It'll work. Oh, y'all are so sweet. I tell you what, the other show that I do compared to this one, the energy is so much different. So much different. This is, not that the other one isn't positive, but it's very refreshing. So welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing? How's the energy? I missed Jennifer last night. I was going to go back and watch the replay. That way I knew what's going on. All right. Who wants a reading? Who's the first one? Who's the first victim, right? Hi, Denise. Well, welcome, Denise. Welcome, Denise. If you have a question, just ask away. All right, Timothy. Hey, Elise. Yeah, everybody's having headaches. The whole reason why I'm wearing glasses is my eye is running. I hope it gets better. Maybe, Elise, after listening to this, then you'll feel better. Okay, Timothy. What do the cards want to tell Timothy? So, Timothy, I'm already hearing the word travel. So, I don't know. This feels like a trip that you've been planning. Hey, Brigitte. Hi, Christine. This feels like a trip that you've been planning. So, this is like a long-term thing. This is I don't want to say bucket list, but this is something that you have been saving for. It feels like you've been saving vacation time, and it feels like you've been saving money. So let's see what they want to talk about. All right, Timothy. I pulled 5 cards, and the one in the middle is a 301. So this kind of represents you right now. So this is like teamwork. It is commerce. It's expansion, and it's the card of travel. Okay. So the really cool, well, okay, we'll just say. So the first card is the Hierophant, and it's 5, and it's major arcana. So 5 is all about change. And so the Hierophant, this is like tradition, it's conventional, it says expectations. It is kind of like orthodox. So it's that rigidness of these old structures. So it makes me think of like religion, school, something like that. Then like the rules of, or the hierarchy, or the order of. And so the next major arcana is strength. And this is exactly what it is. It's harnessing that inner power into this outward manifestation of something. It's self-respect, it's love, it's courage. And again, back to the 3 of Wands, and this is like teamwork, expansion, travel. Then it is followed by the Hermit card, and this is the 9 of major arcana. And so this is all about like going within, almost like a vision quest. This is going within the cave. It is like true spiritual enlightenment. Then it is followed by another 9, which is the 9 of Cups. And this is getting what? So Cups says if emotions, feelings, and perceptions. And so here, the 9 of Cups, this is like wishes come true. It is material abundance. It's good health. It's everything that you truly desire. But this isn't materialistic desires. It is like desires of the heart, So anyway, Timothy, back to this trip, what this feels like. It feels like that whenever you go on this trip, that it's going to inspire you and you're going to want to move there. Or you're going to want to be a part of something that has something to do with it. So Timothy, something about this trip. So for example, if you go like on a boat ride, like go on a catamaran boat ride, then whenever you get home, you might be inclined to get your captain's license or purchase a boat. Or if you go on like a hiking trip, this might inspire you to hike the Appalachians or become like a hiking guide. So it's something that it's like inspired action, and it kind of leads into more and more and more. And it kind of feels like it's going to roll into your destiny or like your soul purpose or something where you shine, That's just what it is, Tiffany. I'm not Tiffany. I'm sorry, Timothy. So there you go. Timothy, let me know if you're going on a trip, because that's exactly what it feels like, that you're going on this trip. And because of this trip, you're going to have this inspired action, and it's going to lead you to this passion. So there you go. And again, I kind of laid out some different ways, and it doesn't have to be those ways. Those are just examples. But it just feels like you're going to do an activity on this trip, and you're going to be like, this is what I want to do. And it can be such a good experience. You could also be like a travel agent helping people plan like the perfect vacation. So it could be something like that. If it feels like that. Sure, Sherry, ask away. All righty. So there you go, Timothy. All right, Carol, this is for you. Hi, Pearl. Carol. What does Carol need to know? So Carol, I heard sister. So let's just see. What does Carol need to know? All right, Carol. So the card that kind of represents you is this King of Swords. And we know that swords is that air energy. This is your thought, your mind, your intellect. It's fast moving energy, so you can change it. So the King of Swords, this is somebody who is, it's a leader. They're strategic. It's the truth, right? Okay, there you go. So this first one is a 10 of Cups. And so this is just like joy on the home front. So 10 is like the end of cycles. The 10 of Cups is all about family content, love, support. Then it's followed by the 3 of Wands. This is all about like successfulness, teamwork. Okay. So anyway, Carol, it was back to, okay. So I know I said sister, but it feels like sister. Now it feels like, I don't want to say soul group or soul tribe sister, but it feels like sister. Okay. So we got you with the truth. Then it is followed by the 7 of Cups. And so the 7 of Cups, this is something is still hidden. Okay. It's here are all these opportunities or all these options. And then here is about balance. So Carol, again, this is a sister or like your contemporary within like a soul group, but this is you being a network, you being a supporter. This is you helping her create her joy, but this is also you being that voice of reason that almost bringing them back in and keeping them from like daydreaming and fantasizing and having that balance. So there you go. So Carol, I don't know if you feel like you are stepping over boundaries or you are overstepping your boundaries. And I don't believe so. I think that you are doing what she expects. She expects the truth out of you. She expects you to, be that like, hey, you can do this, or no, you should not. And so you are not overstepping your boundaries and you should keep doing it. So there you go, Carol. All righty. All right, Kelsey. I know I've been missing you. Wondering what you was doing. I figured you was either froze to death with hypothermia or you was out living your life. All right, Kelsey. Yeah, Kelsey, I've missed you. I haven't had nobody to pick on. I've had to pick on everybody else. I did see where you had said that you was loving your job, or that you had been there for a month and it was doing good. So congratulations. I'm glad. I'm so glad for you, Kelsey. All right. What do the cards want to tell Kelsey? What do the cards want to tell Kelsey? Oh, Kelsey, you got some good cards. Yay. So, Kelsey, the first one is the Tower. So the Tower is all about having that rug pulled out from underneath you, purification by fire. That's all that is, okay? And then it is followed by the King of Cups. And so the King of Cups, this is the energy, so cups are emotions, feelings, and perceptions. And so somebody who's the King of Cups, they would be like a counselor, like a lawyer. This is going to be like a supportive leader, that they are empathetic. This is somebody where you would get very good advice from. Then it is followed by the Seven of Wands. So the 7 Wands, sevens are spiritual numbers to me. So the 7 of Wands is just all about, it's self-defense, it's protection, but it is a competition or protection with an advantage, okay? Then it is followed by Major Arcana 8. So what's really cool is like you go from the 7 of Wands to the 8. And so the 8 is all about strength, okay? She's Major Arcana. This is self-love, unconditional love. It's self-respect, and it's courage. Then it is followed by this lovely card, the World, okay? So the World is complete cycle, this experience over, the completion of. So, Kelsey, do not worry. You are not going to have another it doesn't feel like you're going to have another Tower moment. It's not going to be that. What this does feel like is another little mini episode that is going to come along. Okay. So, and I'm not saying that for you to be afraid or for you to be scared. I'm saying this because we were just talking about you being excited because you've got this new job and you love it and you're going to be doing so good, and spring is coming and you're so excited because you had this new leash on life, and then bam, you get another opportunity for something little bitty small. And I'm not downplaying what I'm fixing to say, and this is not what it is. But you know how sometimes where somebody, they might have mini strokes, and a mini stroke is bad, but it's not bad as a stroke. This feels something mini like that. And I'm not saying you're going to have a mini stroke, not physically, not literally. That's how it feels. So this feels like a little mini glitch. That's how it feels. So don't give this situation any more power when it happens. Okay. So it's based around the Page of Pentacles. So Pentacles is security, material issues, and wealth. And so Pages is all about like new information, new energy, younger things coming in. And so the Page of Pentacles is like money or news related. That's what it feels like. So you're having abdominal issues and you don't know what's going on. I don't think it has to do with this. Like this little mini episode. Whatever this is, you're doing very, very good. And this is going to be like somebody throws a banana peel in your path. And you might slip on it a little bit, but you're not going to fall completely on your ass. You're not going to hit your head and have a concussion. You're just going to kind of like lose your balance, but you self-correct. So don't give this little banana peel slip up any more power than what it deserves. Okay. Don't let it steal anything, because at the end you have the Star. And so the Star is all about renewal, hope, inner clarity, peace. It is all about elimination. So there you go. Okay. So Kelsey, have you already had surgery, or have you already had something prior going on with your abdominal stuff? Have you already had something that was already done there, like already had a surgery that was there? Okay. Yes, you are correct, Carol. It's transient. That's all it is. You had your gallbladder out in September and a kidney stone blasted a month ago. So, Kelsey, I'm wondering if it feels like something residual is there. And I'm wondering if it is like phantom pain. And I'm not saying that you're not legit feeling it, but I'm wondering if this is something like in your emotional body, if there's still like energy there, or if there is still something there. Like, is there a possibility that something could be left in there, you think? Or you could be having a reaction to like a staple or something. Oh, like a bile duct spasm. That would make sense. It just feels like something that is like residual, like something is like phantom pain. I mean, that would kind of make sense. I mean, it's still, I don't know. It feels like cause and effect. That, like, I don't know. I keep getting phantom, but it's like maybe something they can't see. Poor Kelsey. That sucks. You're on a restricted diet. I'm sorry. Well, you're gonna find out else counts. You're gonna find out what it is, Kelsey, and it'll be corrected, okay? and you release all pain. You release release all pain and all emotional attachment to that stuff, okay? Okay. Let's see. All right, Sherry, did you ask a question? Sherry Lance. Did you ask a question? Let's go back and see. Will me and Raphael get back in a good place? All right. Well, so a share. What is okay? What can Sherry work on so her and Raphael are in a good place? And is that something that she needs to work on, or does she need to let it go? So Sherry, while I'm shuffling the cards, I just heard that I was doing it wrong. So I don't know if in this relationship somebody is very vocal about all the things that you do wrong. I'm just kind of curious because I just heard I'm doing it wrong. I was doing it wrong. Now, that could be somebody seeing me shuffling thinking she's taking way too long, but I was thinking on you. So I'm wondering if somebody in this relationship is very critical. Who is critical? Who is critical in this? Who is the vocal critical one? It can be you. It can be somebody else. It could be somebody in this relationship and like driving a wedge between y'all. It feels like there's something that is critical. Somebody being very critical. Okay, pull 5 cards. The one in the middle represents you, and it's the major arcana of the Lovers. So the Lovers, again, major arcana, this is about partnership. It's deep love. It is a choice. It's the strength, and it is 2 people together. So it's that duality, okay? So this is the energy. This is you right now. So the first one is a 7 of Swords, okay? So swords, this is your thought, your mind, your intellect. This is that mental chatter. It's anxiety. And the 7 is the energy of theft, betrayal, dishonesty, running away, okay? Then it is followed by this energy, which is major arcana of the devil. So the devil, this is addiction, greed, envy, obsession, sexual lust. It is fear. It is bad habits. Then back to you. Then it is followed by the 5 of Wands. And so 5s is all about change. It's kind of like that reevaluation. What do I want to do? And here the 5 of Wands is all about fighting. It's hassles, it's struggles. It is just challenges, obstacles. Then it is followed by the Knight of Swords. And again, this is that anxiety, that mental chatter, and Knights show action. And so here with the Knight of Swords, this is just kind of like a lifestyle change. So even though, Sherry, you asked if you will get back in a good place, a part of me, like I said, whenever I first started, I heard you're not doing it right. And I'm not saying that you're not doing it right. It feels like somebody in this relationship or somebody has a vocal vocal opinion and that is very critical, critical of a situation. I really think that you should kind of step back and say, what is a good place? Where is a good place? Because, for example, my brother has drug addictions, and I cannot love him and support him how I used to. I had to figure out a different way to love him, and I had to love him from a distance. And that was kind of coming to mind with you, Sherry. And I'm not saying you had to be done and over with this. It just seems like you kind of have to change your perspective, and that it's going to be a new. Have you ever heard the saying, you can never go back home? Like things aren't the same. So if you were to go back, it would never feel the same. So you either have to stop and create a whole new environment, this new start, this new beginning, but you won't ever go back to the way it was. You'll never go back to how it felt because you've had this experience of whatever happened. So you'll never get back to those same feelings. So you have to learn how to either love differently or love how it is now. And I hope that makes sense, Sherry. All righty. Who else we got? All right, Jackie Jones. Let's see what Jackie Jones need to say. What the cards want to say for Jackie. And I know I'm skipping around, so if you have a question, just post it again. That way I don't have to go back and look. I'm not as proficient as Jennifer. All right, Jackie Jones. What does cards want to tell Jackie Jones? Well, Jackie Jones, you got an interesting set of cards as well. So what represents you, Jackie, right now is the King of Swords. And again, swords, this is your thought, your mind, your intellect. It's air, right? It's an intellectual energy. So you can move it, like you can move through this energy fast. And so this is somebody who would be like a leader. They would be a commander. They would be somebody who stood for the truth. Very strategic, very like analytical. Okay. So that's like analyzing, like a truth analyzer. So the first one is the 5 of Cups. And so 5 is all about change, where you get to reevaluate and see what you want to do. And Cups is all about emotions, feelings, and perceptions. And so this is a card of thinking that all is lost. Again, Cups are all about perceptions, right? So he's looking down and he sees 3 cups that are knocked over. He's really not paying attention to the 2 cups that are behind him. And I always say this, or this always comes up when I see this card. The 3 cups in front, they might not have been full. They might have just had 1 or 2 sips left in them. And the 2 cups behind them might be completely full. So it's like, if you're thinking of volume, the amount of volume that was lost is not nowhere close to the volume that you still have behind you, that is still there with you. It's just the perception that there's 3 versus 2. Okay. So you just have to think about that perception. That's your reality. Okay. 5 of Cups, thinking that all is lost. Then it is followed by the 10 of Swords. Again, this air energy, this anxiety, this mental chatter. And so here the 10 is all about like completion, the end of the cycle. And this is the energy of like complete and painful. Like really, like, could you be any more stabbed in the back? Could you be any more pinned down? Could you be any more like, I am done. I am over. Like, this is well done. If this is a steak, this is a charred, broiled, no juice steak. This is done. It's dead. Like, this is like life support. Like, it's done, you know? Again, back to this truth, standing in your power, okay? Then it is followed by the 9 of Wands. And so this is really kind of feeling like the energy of doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over, okay? Then it is followed by the 7 of Pentacles. And so Pentacles, this is like earth, it's that physical, so it's like the tangible things. And so here the 7 is all about like patience, hard work, delayed in success. And so Jackie Jones, what I'm feeling like with these two cards side by side is you need to be truthful with yourself. And what's the saying that insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results? And that's what this feels like, that you're going to get the same results because you've been doing the same things. Then with these two, oh my gosh. So Jackie Jones, this feels like it has something to do with a family member. But this isn't, it's like a cousin that you really, really love, but it's extended or it's removed, but they're still there. But what is, so Jackie, I'm getting some sort of like comparison. Like if this is like a cousin, but they're still right there. So it almost feels like that somebody is in somebody's shadows. Like they're always being compared. They're always being comparison. And so the similarities between the 5 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles, they're both looking down. They're both looking down, okay? Then with the 10 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles, there's still these like, it feels like a jail. It feels like boundaries. It feels like borders. It feels like a prison. It feels like something that is like a containment, you know? So like something that can pin you down. And it just really feels like that there is this comparison. I don't know, Jackie. It just really feels like there's always this comparison between you and a family member, but this family member is still like at a distance. But it's not, it's more than, it's more than trivial. It's not like they're saying, oh, look, Jackie will never have a car compared to, you know, her cousin that is really, really wealthy and has a huge house and a brand new car. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like whatever this comparison is, it hurts your heart. It hurts your heart. And I just don't want you to think that you're responsible for it. And I don't want you to feel like you have to like dim your light or hide your light, or like you not shine as bright because it feels like maybe this other person doesn't live up to your doesn't live. I don't know. It just feels like maybe you might be dimming your light so it doesn't shine as bright for so there's no comparison. It just feels like you're downplaying things that you don't make other people feel bad. So don't you're okay. You know, it's not your fault. Like I don't like don't feel bad. You know, of course, don't gloat. Don't like, oh, look what I got. But it's not like you're doing anything intentional, you know? So you're coming from a good place with it, and you're not boasting and being bragful. So don't be upset about it, you know? Don't. There you go, Jackie. That seems very specific. So hopefully that doesn't resonate, because I don't want for you to feel like you're in that situation, but hopefully it resonates. That way you can say, okay, I'm not showing off. I'm not showing out. That's just life. And I'm doing the best I can. And this is where I am. They're doing the best they can. And that's where they are. They're both paths, you know, and it'll all be fine. But it's not like you're showboating and showing out. You're not being a showboat captain. You're just, you know, being Jackie. You're not bragging. You're not being egotistical. It's just the way it works out. Okay? And if you're thinking about giving them money or loaning them money to help them, that might be something I would seriously consider all your options before you do that. I don't know why I threw that in there at the last minute, but it felt like there was heartache involved, and consider loaning out money. Make sure if you do loan it out, that is money that you're going to be okay if you never get back. And I'm not saying that they won't give it back, but I'm just saying, you know how money can ruin relationships, how money can ruin a lot of things. So just be very mindful and careful. Okay, there you go, Jackie. All right, Elise. What does Elise need to know? What do the cards want to tell Elise? Thank y'all for coming and hanging out with me on a Wednesday. My computer crashed. Remember last Monday or the Monday before? I had to do it from my phone. Had to get a new computer. Guess who manifested that one? Because I wanted a new computer. I just didn't want it this quick. All right, Elise. What do the cards want to tell Elise? Ooh, all right, Elise. You got some beautiful cards. So the one in the middle that represents you is the star. Okay, so it's illumination. So the star, this is renewal, hope, clarity. You know, have faith. Have faith. Okay, so the first one is a 3 of Pentacles. And I always think of 3 as a spiritual number 2. So this is all about like teamwork, collaboration, skill, you know, craftsmanship. Then it is followed by major arcana, because you got 4 major arcanas, and it's judgment. And this card has come up a lot for my past 2 shows. Okay, so major arcana and judgment, this is all about clarity. a final decision, a wake-up call, that epiphany, the aha moment, you know? It's like like a life review whenever you die. It's like you can do this and you can go back and do that. Then again, it's the star, hope and renewal. Then it is followed by the first major arcana, which is the Fool. And so the Fool is, you know, new beginnings, fresh hope, taking chances, new paths, new adventures, new beginnings, new opportunities, having that leap of faith. Then it is followed by this one, Temperance. And so Temperance is the card of going little by little, having patience, balance, self-control, moderation. Okay, Elise. So what does this mean? So Elise, what this is feeling like a decision that you have to make or that you want to make, and it feels very overwhelming. But this has to do with something kind of like continuing education, like furthering your career. So I'm kind of getting the image of like you sitting down looking at this book or looking at a catalog, and you having all these choices and you want to do all these choices and you feeling overwhelmed, and it feels just very overwhelming. So at least I'm looking at this book and I'm feeling very overwhelmed. But what I'm trying to say is, yes, the book and all these opportunities could be overwhelming, but it's like I'm hearing them say you need to step back and reevaluate your overwhelming, your being overwhelmed, because it feels like what this overwhelming is actually you just being excited. It's like this emotion that you have this opportunity. So don't think that you have to do all these. Just be excited that you have this opportunity. So I don't know if you're getting anxiety because you feel like you're overwhelmed, but it just feels like part of that anxiety is your excitement, and you're overwhelmed with excitement that you're even going to get to do this. Like it feels like this was never even a possibility or a thought that you had. And now you have this huge book with all these pages in it, like a catalog. And it's like, I can do this and I can do this and I can do this. And you don't know what to do. But it just feels like don't be overwhelmed. Kind of like take it in and process it, that you have this opportunity. And then like you'll get clarity. Then you can go back and pick what you need to do. There you go, Elise. It just feels like you're overwhelmed and you never even saw this coming. And so that's where the overwhelming is. And that these are all new things, and just so step back, process the information of that you have this opportunity. Then you can pick out what you want to do and what the next step is. And congratulations, Elise, whatever that is. All righty. Let's see, who is next? All right, Janet. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I'm reading the questions and then I just saw one. I was like, because I'm looking for questions, and it was like, do you have blood in your urine? And I was like, what is that? What? Do you want me to pull cards on that? But then I see we're talking about Kelsey. All right, Janet Armstrong. Let's give Janet Armstrong a love reading. What does Janet Armstrong need to know? What do the cards have in store for Janet Armstrong? Ooh, Janet Armstrong, you got some good cards too. So again, the energy that represents you is the star. Okay, this is hope, renewal, faith. All is good, inner clarity, miracles. Being in a spotlight, like the focus is on you, and so the first two cards. The first one is the Knight of Swords. And so this is like the only, so Knights show action, and this is the only Knight card that actually shows action, like it's movement. And so Swords, it's this thought, it's this thought, this intellect, this mental anxiety, okay? So the Knight of Swords here, this is somebody that is fast talking. This is a lifestyle change. This is something coming at you fast, right? A lifestyle change. Then it is followed by the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles, this is the energy of doing like the good work. It is the apprenticeship. This is apprenticeship, but like sorry guys, I'm having some pains, so totally random, I know. This is like the apprenticeship, but you're a master. So to explain that, this is like mastering your craft, but you're enjoying it, and it's like a basic level. Okay. Again, back to the star. Then we have the strength and major arcana. So the strength is like self-love, unconditional love, harnessing that inner power, having that greater power. Then it is followed by the justice card. And so justice is major arcana. It's all about karma. This is all about cause and effect. It's a win-win situation. It's the truth comes out. So Janet, I just asked for clarity, and what came up is patience. So, Janet, I'm kind of getting that you're asking about a specific relationship that you're already familiar with, and okay, so I'm trying to figure out how to say this, Janet. And it's not that it's bad, but it feels like there's two parts to this, okay? So the first part feels like that there was relocation. Either you moved on, they moved on, but there was like a change of residency, like literally like a lifestyle change. Like something happened, something huge happened. Somebody moved on, somebody moved, you moved away, but it was like a physical move, a physical separation, okay? And so the second part of this, I just heard they have to right their wrong. So I don't know if they done you wrong, but they're trying to right it. They're trying to correct it. They're whatever's going on, Janet, they're working on it. Okay. And again, this is a love relationship that you are familiar with. This isn't anything new coming in. This is something that you're already familiar with, and it feels like that somebody did something wrong and they are working on it. Okay. So there you go. Again, it's not good or bad. It's not that it is going to work out or that it's not going to work out, but they are working on, they're working on the issue at hand. So there you go. All right, Christine, you want a love reading? All right, Christine. What does Christine need to know? does Christine need to know? What does Christine need to know? Okay, Christine, this is for your love reading, okay? So the card that represents you is the Ten of Pentacles. So this is all about, it's like generational wealth, it's expansion, is networking. It is the card of like living a legacy and inheritance, but it's a legacy, okay? So the first one is the Emperor card. So this is the 4. So this is all about like, I think like structure. I do think like he's doing it his own way. You know, it is like a strategic, it's planning, but there's like rigidness, but there's something different about it, like eclectic. Okay. Then it is followed by this guy, the Devil. And that's nothing but fear, bad habits, addiction, materialism, greed. And then again, back to the Ten of Pentacles, expansion. And then it is followed by this, 10 of Swords. And again, 10 is the end of a cycle. So it's about being, it's like the end. It's being pinned down. It's like brutal, painful. It's done. It's over. Then it is followed by this. This is the 4 of Wands. So the 4 of Wands is all about like celebration, proposal, you know, marriage. That's exactly what it looks like. It's homecoming. It's reunion. So, Christine, with your love, it very much feels like that something is coming back from the past. Something from your past is coming back, okay? This feels like it is something from the past. It feels like it was a relationship that was on again, off again, on again, off again. And it's going to come back and revisit you. Okay. But it feels like something about this person scares you, but not in like a scary way. It feels like in a commitment way. So either their commitments, their term of commitment might be like a little bit different from yours, but it feels like something about their traditions, because you know, like the Emperor, he's kind of like a tradition. It feels like something about their tradition or their words or their commitment is a little bit different than your beliefs, and like it's on again, off again, or that it's just back and forth, back and forth. So whoever this is, they are coming back. And that is up to you to decide what you want with that. Okay. There you go, Christine. Hi, Diana. Hi, Adrian. All righty. Izzy, outcome with you and S. So Izzy, outcome with you and S. So I'm feeling hesitation. And again, I think you need to evaluate what it is you want out of it. I'm not saying it's done and I'm not saying it's over. But what if I did say it was done and it was over? How would you feel about that? Like, let's just pull some cards. Izzy. Okay, Izzy, I pulled 5 cards. The one in the middle is 5. 5 of Swords. And so the 5 of Swords, this is all about bullies, abusive, violence, being stolen from, So the first one is a 9 of Swords. And so the 9 of Swords is representative like being, it's nightmares, it's anxiety, it's grief, it's depression. It's literally being like kept up all night worrying. Then it is followed by the Knight of Swords. And so this is just like a change in lifestyle, okay? A move. Then the 5 of Swords. And then it is followed by the 9 of Wands. And so this is the second 9 that you got. And so the 9 of Wands is all about boundaries, being persistent, doing the same thing over and over and over and having different expectations. Then it is followed by the 2 major arcana, the High Priestess. Okay. So Izzy, this is the card of secrets, mysteries, intuition, and to trust yourself. Okay. So Izzy, if it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. And somebody can explain to you how a duck and a chicken look kind of the same. They can say, well, a duck can sound like this, or maybe you heard something else, and they can explain something over and over and over. But if you know it's a duck, then it is a duck. It's probably a duck, okay? Trust your intuition. Believe your gut. And don't second guess yourself, okay? There you go, Izzy. All right. So let's see. Adriana. All right. Let's pull some cards for Adriana. Adriana. Pull some cards for Adriana. All right, Adriana, pull 5 cards. And the first one, or the one that represents you, is a 9 of Wands. And again, Wands is jobs and employment and security. And so 9s is, basically the end of the cycle. You just have to do a couple things to complete it. So the 9 of Wands, this again is keeping and maintaining boundaries, persistent. And it's kind of like showing up, doing the same thing over and over and over. Okay. So the first card is the 8 of Cups. And so the 8 of Cups is all about walking away and moving to higher ground, moving on. Then it is followed by this 8, which is the Strength card. And it's major arcana. This is this, the card of the Leo. And so the Strength is like self-love, unconditional love, harnessing your inner power, courage, and knowing what your self-worth is. Again, back to the 9 of Wands, boundaries and being persistent. Then it is followed by this guy, the Moon. So the Moon is major arcana, and this can be like, Moon is emotions. These are the things that is seen. These are things that are not seen, the things that are in the dark. Okay, so the Moon, this is unseen. It's problems. There's like a little bit of mystery to it. It is changes, and it's also emotions, but it's trust your intuition. Then it is followed by this card, which is 13 major arcana, and this is the death card. And so the death is all about big changes, endings, moving on, like a rebirth or transformation. Okay. So, Adriana, whenever I do tarot readings, unless I'm saying, hey, this is in the past or this is something coming towards you, this is something that you're going through right now. So you don't have to worry about like, oh my gosh, this huge thing is coming. So Adriana, it feels like this is where you are right now. It feels like you are knee deep in the muck, in the mud, in the fire. Like it feels like everything. It feels like being stuck in the mud, but it also feels like a fire. So something very intense, something very very emotional. Okay. Adriana, what this feels like is like you are stuck in the mud, but it feels like that you didn't cause this, that you aren't necessarily an innocent bystander, but you were there. Okay. Like it just kind of happened. And it feels very much like it just happened, and you have to deal with the consequences, but the consequences are going to be very, very good. It's going to be a very good outcome. And so like over the weekend we were talking about people that had been wrongfully accused of a situation and they had been in prison for like 20 years. And we were talking about maybe like we were saying, hey, could you imagine being in prison for 20 years and nobody believing that you are not guilty and that you didn't do it, and then getting out of prison or jail? What would you do? And of course, I would be upset. But then I thought, well, what if there was a grandmama that had been praying this prayer to protect her grandchild, and that's how this child had been protected? Because by them being in jail for 20 years, even if it was wrongfully convicted, what if that was her prayer being answered about being kept safe? And that's what this feels like with you, Adriana, that I'm not saying you're being falsely accused. It feels like you are just stuck in this situation and you really didn't cause it, but it's gonna like give you a different opportunity. It feels like a little bit of protection, but it feels like it's keeping you in this place so you can be in a different place later on. It does. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if you're going to meet people here, or it just feels like that you're stuck. And while you're stuck, you're going to have these opportunities that is going to be there after this huge change, because the death isn't bad. It's just transformation. It's rebirth. So it feels like you're meeting all these peoples or you're learning these opportunities. And so whatever skills you're learning now, like you wasn't like you didn't have the opportunities to learn these skills before, but since you're stuck, and I'm just using stuck as whatever, that since you're here, you're learning these opportunities, and now you're going to be able to use those opportunities, and they're going to come in very, very handy, and it's going to be exactly what you need to grow. So it's like you take the crap and to transform that into fertilizer, and it makes your garden grow. So it's almost like you're transmuting this, or there's going to be this huge rebirth. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is that you're dealing with is going to be monumental later. Okay. So there you go, Adriana. It almost like you should give thanks for the opportunity and ask for clarity to see it. I hope it's going to be good. It's going to be good, or it feels like it's going to be good. So congratulations, Adriana. So there you go. I'm excited to find out about that one, because that seems pretty deep. Helen Marie. righty. All right. Diana. Okay, let's do one for Diana. All right. What did the cards want to tell Diana? Oh, she's already left? Okay. Dirty Diana has left. Has left the building. Thank you, Jennifer. Well, you know what? I think I've done kept Jennifer over. So, you know what? I think that that's going to be it. So, guys, I really appreciate y'all coming hanging out.